Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Director Diego here with another next level tutorial for Final Cut Pro. I'm giving you guys the low-key shows so you can wow your clients, take your edits to the next level, charge more, and make more. Let's get right into it. And to really take this effect to the next level, I'll be using my custom glow plugin. Editors love the results and it's super easy to use. Literally just drag and drop. If you want to grab this exact plugin for yourself, I'll drop the link in the description down below. It's the exact same one that I use in all of my edits. We got our clip right here. I feel like this is a good clip because, you know, it's stable, it's shot on a tripod. And we're gonna do this cool effect where the text appears on the wall behind the subject. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is select our clip, press Command C on our Mac keyboard to copy it, go to the very front of the clip, and on our Mac keyboard, we're gonna press Command V to paste. Now we're gonna drag this top layer above. I'm gonna right click on it. I'm gonna click rename layer and I'm gonna name it mask. Then with our top layer selected, we're gonna head over to the magnetic mask tool. We're gonna click add magnetic mask. And you're just gonna click on your subject here. Once your subject is all rotoscoped out, all you're gonna do is press analyze, and it's literally gonna mask it out in seconds. This is insane. So now on our bottom layer, let's press V on our Mac keyboard, and there you have your mask right there. You can go into the magnetic mask settings and you can actually adjust the feather as well. Boom, so we got our mask. You're gonna head over to your titles and generators sidebar, and you're gonna look for Director Diego animated titles. By the way, if you want to save yourself a ton of time when creating scroll stopping content, I put together my own animated titles pack for Final Cut Pro. They're fully customizable. You can tweak them to match your own style. Plus, I included 4 built-in social media animations where you can drop in your own photo and handle. It's something I use all the time to speed up my edits, and it really helps your videos stand out. The link is in the description down below. We've got a ton of different presets here that you can use. All the work is done for you. It's literally drag and drop. So I like this preset. I'm gonna drag this one here, and you can literally customize the text as you want. So I'm probably gonna drag your text right here, resize it. It's gonna say your text, maybe like right above his head. And then here, we'll drag that right under. We'll also scale that up so it's super big here. Let's see, something like that. That's cool. And we're gonna drag it right under our mask layer, right? So now we have this. And that looks sick. On our title layer, we're gonna make sure it's selected, right click on it, and we're gonna click new compound clip. Just gonna name it text layer. Right here at the end, I'm gonna go on my Mac keyboard and press Command B to chop that up, and then just delete the excess fat. So what we got is this right here. So for example, if I drag this text layer a little bit out, it takes a little bit of time to kind of kick in. Boom, that's where it kicks in, right? So now what we want to do is create this kind of impact liquid distort, so that right when boom, the text pops up, there's kind of like this impact, which makes the effect way better and takes it to the next level. So the first thing you're gonna do is go in your titles and generators up here, make sure titles is selected at the very top. And if you don't have an adjustment layer downloaded, it's actually one of the easiest things to get for Final Cut Pro. You literally go on YouTube and you search adjustment layer, and you'll find a ton of free adjustment layer plugins that you can download. So once you have that, make sure you download it for Final Cut Pro. We're gonna drag in our adjustment layer right here, and then we're gonna head over to the right hand side of our screen and make sure we're selected under the effects tab. Make sure you have all selected, because if you're not, for example, if we're selected on something else and we search for a plugin that we're looking for, which is called underwater, it's not going to pop up. So you have to make sure that all is selected. And we're going to use the underwater plugin for Final Cut Pro. This is a free plugin that comes with Final Cut Pro. Don't worry, you guys don't have to download it externally. And basically what this does is creates like this underwater kind of liquid effect, right? So I'm going to start it at about right here. You can do it, you know, to your personal preference. Around here is dope, that's cool. And I'm gonna keyframe the size. Now, I don't have a certain amount of frames that you can go by, just because this depends on the speed of the song that you're editing, you know, the beat and the speed of the tempo. But I like to just press play and feel it out. So for example, let's press play. I'm gonna say maybe around here, we're gonna drag our size all the way up. Let's press play and see how that looks. That's dope. I like the speed of that. That looks good to me. So now what we're gonna do is press play again, and maybe around the middle here, I want to keyframe the refraction. So now we're going to press play one more time and feel this out and kind of pick a spot where you want the liquid impact to end. I'm going to drag the refraction all the way down to 0. And now what we have is this, right? Boom. So now when we press play, you can kind of see the speed of this liquid impact, you know what I mean? And you can make it shorter, you can make it longer, that's totally up to you. The next plugin we're going to use is called RN Shape. And once you have it downloaded, there's a bunch of different presets here that you can use, like bounce, earthquake, handheld. We're going to use the bounce preset, drag that onto our adjustment layer. Now you got a bunch of different parameters here that you can adjust and edit as you wish. But me personally, I like to keep it as is because it creates that nice bounce that we want. See that? That looks dope. The only thing that doesn't look dope is these black borders here. We're gonna fix that, not to worry guys. So make sure to keep watching the tutorial so you can learn how to take away these black borders and perfect your effect. So now for the magic shout, we're gonna go ahead and drag in our glow plugin onto the adjustment layer. We're gonna drag the glow softness all the way up, the glow size all the way up. Now the tint color you can adjust and customize as you wish. So if you bring the tint color all the way up, then you can actually change the color of the glow here. As you can see, I kind of want it to be this like bluish, greenish, you know, just to match the color of the graffiti. I'd probably keep it around there. And now we're gonna drag our exposure up. I'd say around here is cool. And also you can drag up the intensity. So now you have this kind of flash here, and that's what we want to create this impact. All these plugins in one create the magic shout. So now we're gonna keyframe our exposure and our intensity. Make sure that you're at the very first frame. We're gonna press play and kind of feel out where we want this, you know, glow, flash, impact to end. I would say around there. All right, so let's see how this looks. That looks dope, guys. Look at that. And then the text appears right there. Right, so we're pretty much almost done. We just need to add one more plugin to kind of get rid of this black border around here. This is also a third-party plugin. The link is in the description down below. It's called Smooth Camera Zoom Pro. I'm gonna use the options under the ramped 4K options. But what I'm gonna do is use the zoom out plugin, and I'm gonna put it one frame after the adjustment layer. So let's press play here and see how this looks. That's dope. So you get this kind of zoom out here, right? That looks dope. I just want to shorten the length of the zoom. Under our options, we're going to go to the top right corner and select the title inspector icon right here, this little T. You can adjust the zoom amount. You can adjust the direction of the zoom, all of that. I'm going to leave it around here. That's pretty good. And you can even keyframe the center and all that. So there's a bunch of different things you can do with this plugin. There's a really cool parameter here that I want you guys to know about. It acts almost as a motion blur, and it makes the effect look way better. It's the zoom blur amount right here, so you can drag that up, adjust it how you want, see how much of the blur amount you want, but it acts as a motion blur and it just makes everything look way better. So now with our final effect, let's see how this is looking, guys. Our final product, that looks crazy, right? And it didn't take long at all to do, right? So once you sauce this up with sound effects, and there you have it, guys. If you enjoyed this tutorial and you'd like to see more tutorials for Final Cut Pro and After Effects, make sure to hit the notification bell, subscribe, stay tuned for my newest videos that are dropping. Make sure to like and leave a comment. I would appreciate that a lot. And let me know which tutorials you guys want to see next. Whether you're a beginner or advanced editor, I have my Elite Videography Mastery course, which teaches a complete beginner filming, editing, and business tools and hacks on how to hit your first $10,000 a month as an independent filmmaker and editor. So if you're interested in learning that, head over to my website. The link is in the description down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.